Neil Gaiman is somewhat of a novelist superstar. The British author won pretty much every literary award that one could win, and some of his books even got turned into major TV series like American Gods, or theater plays like The Ocean at the End of the Lane. It is estimated that Gaiman has sold around 45 million books and graphic novels, and has written over 40 of them in total. To be honest, I had known very little about him before picking up this book. I was looking for something in the same vein as Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, which I talked about in this video. And it was The Ocean at the End of the Lane that got recommended to me. In this book we follow an unnamed main protagonist who's 7 years of age. He's living with his family somewhere in the British countryside, and down the lane from where they live is an old farmhouse which is lived in by the Hemstocks. One day a weird death occurs in the neighborhood, and whilst investigating the happening, our protagonist gets to know the youngest daughter of the Hemstocks, Letty Hemstock, who takes him on a magical and fairy tale-like adventure. From this point on, life was never the same again for both families involved. The storyline sounds promising, but the book for me landed at 3.5 stars in the end. Now, whenever you read a book set fully or just partially in a fantastical or magical setting, you as the reader need to get to know the rules of this magical setting at some point or another. You want to know what this magical world allows for and where the physical limitations of this world end. What is seen as realistic within the world setting, as surreal as it might be. For me, this book never fully explained these rules to me. Anything seemed possible whenever the author deemed it necessary for the plot. By the end you feel like the book's supernatural elements were just written to sound good, but the author never developed a full system or lore behind them. Given the protagonist's age of 7, and with Letty Hemstock being just a few years older than him, the book could be seen as a nostalgic throwback to childhood if you're reading this in your adult years. Or it could be seen as a light fantasy novel for kids and teenagers. I was still somewhat entertained throughout, but the book was probably more intended and written for the latter group. Maybe that's why it never really clicked for me. That's not to say it's a bad book. You just have to get into it with the right expectations. It's not another Piranesi, but it's still a nice little fantasy novel written mostly for kids and teenagers, I think. So if you're looking for a book tailored to this age group, you can't go wrong with The Ocean at the End of the Lane. To see more book reviews like this, check out this playlist right here. Thank you and see you next time. Ciao.